Good morning. Welcome to Workouts for Women Live. Hang in there a moment. This broadcast will be starting soon. You ready to tell me who you are, where you're watching me from? Tell me how old you are too. Again, welcome to Workouts for Women Live. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. We'll be starting here in a moment. Get your questions ready. David, how are you, sir? Great to have you here. Here we go. Hello. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip. I'm so glad you're joining me. First person I'm talking to today. Usually that's the case. Hope you're doing well this morning. This is Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm here just to, this is the beginning of your day, start your day with some information, some inspiration. Take your body, your understanding of what you need to do when it comes to your workouts, when it comes to your eating, to put it all together, to get healthy and fit, to look good in the mirror, but really for a higher quality of life. We become what we think about most, just showing up to these live broadcasts, at least for 10 seconds, 10 minutes, the whole time we're here. So when you come on, say hello, tell me where you're watching me from. Like that screen, tap that screen, share the screen. We can be really efficient with our time when we get more men who are just like you, a little bit older, busy, productive life, trying to figure this stuff out. The effective and efficient use of your willpower, folks, and sorting through all this information, right? So it's just rapid fire questions. Then we get out of here, start our day, got our dose of inspiration. All right. I'm Dr. Bakhtaman. I am from New York City. Great to have you here. Rock. Two men from New York. Robert from Los Angeles. Great to have you here. Tell me which social media platform. I'm doing this live on TikTok right now. I'm doing it live. That's at Skip LaCour, on my YouTube channel at Skip LaCour, and on my Facebook at Skip LaCour. A lot of action over on Facebook. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, make sure you go over to Facebook. Post a lot of questions. There's a lot of interaction. There's 500,000 men over there. So we really get into discussions. Yesterday I decided to talk about the things that they don't seem like they're true, but they really are. If you want to get to the next level, I'll talk about some of the things that I posted. But go over there so you can get involved in that discussion. If you're just joining me, or if you want to see some of of the show, you can go to TikTok, and that's at Skip LaCour page. And when I do this every single morning, part of my thing is it's just to remind you of what you need to do. If there's one thing that you're near, you're not passive listening on the drive or in the gym, and you can go back and forth. I can go back and forth with you in real time and really give you some special attention when it comes to these questions. A lot of times there's a lot of videos out, and a lot of men say, oh, this is confusing information. There's so much wrong information. A lot of times it's just taken out of context. Or you're watching a video that really is a next level strategy. Maybe it's an opinion. Again, I try to stick to the basics, right? But a lot of times the information is true, it's theory, it's interesting, but I don't know if the fitness influencer, the influencer, the coach, if they really are trying to say, hey, this is something extra to think about, or this is a slam dunk, must do, game changer thing. again, that you must do if you want success. A lot of times it's tough to differentiate that when you watch a video. A lot of men aren't doing a good job of differentiating that. A lot of the information, it goes beyond the base just because, everybody wants new content, right? So I want to help you sort that out one-on-one. I also want to do this show every single morning. I give you the opportunity to reach out, talk to me. I've been doing this for years. If you are new, my name is Cour. I'll be 62 years old here next week. I've been doing this for 35 years. The first 15 years, I mean, bodybuilding shows, they just say like 30, I don't even remember. I'm a former 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. I used to write for the Muscle magazines. I built an internet website answering all the questions back in 1994. So I've been really into this and all the different strategies that here. I've done them at a high level. So, so much time doing it and explaining it and taking all these strategies, giving my full effort. I can help you differentiate what's important and what's not. And I can just tell you, having all the social media, it's a blessing in so many ways, but at the same time, it's a curse if you are so uncertain before you never know if you're doing it right. A lot of times you are. Sometimes you may need to make just slight adjustments. Maybe putting too much emphasis on something that may be true, but it's not the game changer that you think of the game changers you're not putting enough energy into. And how would you know? Right, so one thing I've really realized is that the one-on-one coaching, it makes a difference. So I'm going to give you the opportunity here in a moment to reach out. And I do this every morning, and my hope and my prayer is that I reach you when you're just sick and tired. You're sick and tired of looking at that mirror. You built a great life, and you just can't get the body thing down. So mentally, emotionally, financially, business-wise, your family, your parents, father that you've done so much work on those type of things, but the body doesn't match. Sometimes I think God is playing a cruel hoax on all of us, right? And the game, the excitement is that He's going to bless you with so many different areas of life that you're going to be outstanding and know it, and you're impressed. I think people are impressed with you. You just know you got it nailed down. But there's always going to be like that one area that you just can't lock in on, right? It puts a cloud sometimes on all the great things that you've done. Whatever that area is, you just can't get it together. You look around and see other men. Why can they get it together? And I can't, right? All of us have that in one area if you really think about it. And if yours is fitness, man, I want to help you break through with that, right? Because that's the area I put so much focus, that and mind power. And I think the two work together. I want to help you speed up that process and finally break through on that. And that's what my mission is, right? The bodybuilding, I mean, I'm in great shape. I've been doing this for years, former 6-time national champion. But my mission now is to take this knowledge and make your life, now that you're older, busy, productive life, you can put that emphasis. You haven't been working out for 35 years, 25 years, maybe even 25 months. And you want to put it all together because you're sick and tired. I want to, every morning, my hope and my prayer is that I come to you when you're sick and tired and you take action. Right? You take action more than passively watching these videos. So if that's your time, I've got a way for you to just contact me, and I'll spend 10 or 15 minutes working, slicing and dicing through the biggest fitness challenge. Right? So say hello. Tell me where I'm watching from. Thank you so much for the likes, right, and the follows. I want you to follow, so every time I go live, you'll be alerted. Every time I post a video, you'll be alerted. All right. Pre-recorded and definitely not natty. Good morning, Addicted. Man, you got some good energy this morning, right? Man, let's change that around. This is not pre-recorded. I'm live, man. I got up at 3:30 in the morning just for you. That takes you to just change your state, right? I'm not pre-recorded, and I am natty. All right. Robert says, lower belly fat has been my problem. Everything else is good. Yeah, I can tell that everything else is good because lower body fat, that's just the final. The final is the first place it goes on, but unfortunately, it's the last place. tough. That's just lowering your body fat. So, I don't know what kind of journey that you've had if you've lost a lot of weight rather quickly. I don't know what your strategy was. A lot of times to maybe get to your level, they're doing pretty good. But really, the challenge might be that they're not eating enough food. They're not going to gain weight because they're in such a calorie deficit. They're being disciplined, not eating too much. But a lot of times to trick your body to release that body, it doesn't want to be so lean that even the lower fat is enough. Right? A lot of times you have to do something more, a little bit more radical, a little counterintuitive, and that's to eat more food. Maybe, and I don't know what your habits are. A lot of men don't know how many calories they eat. So when I tell them this, well, maybe that's me. They don't. Maybe they're in these definite patterns of eating, where all it would take was because usually to someone to just have the lower body fat and everything is fine. That's a man who's done a lot of work. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's got a lot of disciplined habits, and many times we like the same foods at the same time of the day, the same amounts. Most of the time, probably 75% of the time, they've made that sacrifice. They don't have this addiction with food and the taste and a source of entertainment. They may do it every once in a while, but that part, it's locked down. The only challenge is those foods that you choose, the timing that's worked so well. How many calories is that? It would take you, literally, because of the habits that you've established, it would take you no more than 20 minutes with an app like MyFitnessPal, the free version, just to figure out what that is, because 1,000 calories or 1,200. I can tell you, okay, this is what we do next. With the same foods, eating at the same time, days, same amounts. If that's got you here, but that amount is 2,500. You're on all that discipline is taking you down a whole different path. You got to know how many calories you're on. So I'm not just telling you theories. So do you know how many calories? Well, I can tell you right now. If that sounds like you eat the same foods about 75% of the time, even when you go away from all of your more structural food, you go off, but still around that same amount of calories every day. And that number is like, just say 1,200. I can tell you right now, you're not going to use that. Why do you got to get that in? Man, you got to start off at 2,000, maybe 800 calories more. And eventually, you pick up that BMR, that basal metabolic rate, through conditioning that you have. That should be, I don't even know how tall you are, how much you weigh, but we should get that number like 2,500. And I'll tell you, if that's the case, you don't know how many calories are, but you're disappointed, it's about 1,200 calories, let's say a lot. And I use that number because I've helped out some of you. The pattern seemed consistent. And then you go to 2,500 calories, you do that for 3 months, you'll see the tough fat, lower body fat is gone. Big homie, getting ready to go to work. Have a blessed day. You too. Thank you for being here, big homie. Annie, thank you for sharing the live feed. Thank you so much. Let's get to some of these questions here. David, good morning. Doing well. Thank you so much. Rockets from New York City. Good morning, One Love. Good morning from Canada. You are here, user. Thank you for the follow. Are you guys watching over on Facebook and on YouTube? Say hello. You guys have a question? One thing to passively hope that I answer the question that you need most. What is it? I always ask my one-on-one coaching clients. I have them prepare for every session on the form that they fill out. You can see if you're interested in just how to get mentally prepared to get the most. That's what we should have. I'm thinking about it. If you really want to get the most from your time. So if you go to skiplacour.com/prepare, skiplacour.com/prepare. My coach guys at least 1 hour before our session and get them mentally prepared, because when you know what you want, you have a better chance of getting what you want. That's true of anything in life. We can have you guys do a pre-show, right? A pre-show, okay, and it's in it. Say, what have you done this week? What's your biggest challenge? What do you want to get most out of our coaching session, right? But the first question after they even fill out their form is I'll ask. There's one thing you can get out of this call today. What would that be? I will help you get that and a lot more. And so build from there. It gives me a sense of where they are. They get that biggest challenge. What really makes them lock into what it is they're doing. I wonder if you were to fill out that form, right? And we spent this time together. You get one thing out of this time together. This is a habit, discipline that you use for anything in life. You know, whether it's, when I get off this, I'm gonna really spend some time with my son, today. And what do I want? What do I want for him to do? Right. So you can get anything. Call today. This live session. What would that be? I'm gonna help you get that and a lot more. Great to have you here, Dan, over on Facebook. All right, let's see here. Rock, let me address your questions here. Rock, my current weight is 178. I'm 5'10", and my belly fat is not going anywhere. I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week and a lot of cardio, weight training, and calisthenics. Right? So, again, I don't know if your answer is complete, but when you're telling me about your situation, you talked about the body fat isn't going anywhere. And then you told me about your exercise routine, your weight training routine, your calisthenic routine, your cardio routine. But you didn't tell me what the most important part is. I don't know if you're not presenting it, but the most important part, when I tell you about my challenge with body fat, your challenge with body fat is the diet. What are you doing with the diet? You do all the workouts in the world. You can even do all the cardio in the world, but if you don't address the diet, they don't understand that. When they come to me, I need to change that body. I've got too much body fat, right? It's like you type in workouts for older men. Guess what? They're here. Right? Where's the workout? There's a workout that's going to get me that have the body that I want to lose the 40 pounds. It's not going to be the workout. It's going to be your eating. So I can start going down that road. Robert asked, what's a good breakfast? Right? When we talk about what it takes to build muscle, lose body fat, be healthy, fit, and energy, really, it's really throughout the day, the totality of the day, how many calories that you're going to eat in the proportion, ratio, protein, carbs. There's no breakfast food necessarily. If you want, what's traditional breakfast? I eat eggs and oatmeal in the morning. We can talk about traditional foods in the morning. And we can find out what everybody eats in the morning, right? Morning foods, right? But it really comes down to calories, protein, carbs, and fat, and then how that meal plays its part and for the total of the day. Right? I would just, so anything that fits in there, I would just look on the internet and put 2,500 calorie diet, right? And there'll be 10,000 diets that come up with 10,000 different things for breakfast. What I eat, so my thinking, my habits, my systems to make this work for me is I'll eat the same thing for breakfast all the time. And for me, it's 6 eggs. It's 2 servings of oatmeal. It's an avocado, right? And that's it. So but again, there's nothing special about those foods. The combination of foods is how it fits in for the whole day. Are carbs good to eat out? So carbs. A lot of people say, "Oh, I just look at a carb and I gain weight." Right? The best diets are when you eat 0 carbs. And the truth of the matter, we need carbs. Carbs are source of energy. We need to have carbs in the diet. Now, if you were to eliminate the carbs, if you want some rapid weight loss, I'm not sure if that's a sustainable system to eat so few calories, cutting out carbs, cutting out that energy source. But there's a lot of benefits when you cut the carbs. If you're you're going to overeat, it's probably going to be in carbs. I feel like most people. Like the most immediately satisfying, right? It can change your mood, that energy source. I mean, it's not a lack of protein. Like we get hangry, angry, edgy because we haven't eaten. We need some carbohydrates, brain functioning, right? Another thing is if you cut them out. In addition to the most important thing, if you cut those out, it's usually what the source of the macronutrients that we tend to overeat. Another thing is if you're in calorie deficit, you don't have carbs. There's no glycogen in the muscle. It's not good fluid for the muscles. They're flat. They're being plump like a grape. So such calorie deficit and carbs. Um, they're not plump like a grape. They're flat like a raisin. I'll be 5 pounds less because you're in such a deficit and avoiding carbs. So there's a lot of things that you'll benefit in the short term when you eliminate carbs. So that's from just a fat muscle appearance perspective. Now, when you are older, right, this is really important, and this is one of those things. I have a list of all these things that what makes workouts for older men different than workouts for younger men. Indoor and between, there's certain distinctions that younger men don't they don't concern themselves with. Like they don't think like we need to think. And one thing is when you get older, the body, the functions don't work the same. And so a lot of men need to worry about pre-diabetes and diabetes. Right? And so their blood sugar levels, they got to watch, they got to monitor. That's how the diet will change. That is not something a 25-year-old fitness influencer who's talking about diet building muscle. That's not in their concern. But if you're in your 50s or you need to worry about. You need to just be conscious. You may not have a challenge of diabetes or pre-diabetes, but you will need to worry about your blood sugar levels, and that's where carbohydrates. You need to consider that in your diet for health reasons. But at 25 years old, not thinking about diabetes or pre-diabetes. You need to think about that, and so that's where carbs come in, right? The carbs inherently aren't bad. You don't need to avoid them. So those are the pluses and minuses when it comes to carbs. I always say that on a balanced diet, when you know the amount of calories all right, when you know how many calories you need to eat and you're consistent with that, if you're eating 30 to 40% of your calories are carbs, they can be as much as 30 to 40%, right? 20 to 30% fat, 30 to 40% protein. You're good, right? I think I need help with my diet. Steve, eating right, whether you're 50 pounds overweight or you got to lose that last 5 or 10 pounds, a higher level of understanding about nutrition or a higher level of execution is everybody's challenge. Eating right is older men's number one fitness challenge. It's their number one fitness challenge, so you're not alone. Well, yeah, this is a good time. Like I said, if you are sick and tired, right? And this is really one of the biggest reasons I love coming to you live. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes this is I love the energy here. Sometimes it is really tough. I'll just be perfectly honest. This every single day, and when I wake up at 3:30, a lot of times I'm trying to talk. Well, come on, what can I say today that's going to make a difference? Then I think of, just the other day, hey, I'll listen to your show every single day. I like to on my way to the gym or at the gym, and so I think about that one message. And I said I'm doing it for him, and then I come on, and it's not that painful, just like going to the gym for some of us, right? So the one thing that I really want to do on this show is reach out and connect with that one man who's sick and tired. I should call this the Sick and Tired Show, right? Um, Come on here for whatever time, half an hour, just to change one man's life, the one man who's sick and tired. If I could do that once a day, this will be the best time that I've ever spent. So if you are sick and tired, and the great thing is, you're so respectful. You don't have time to waste. Uh, and you're respectful not to waste my time. That's the men who I deal with. So uh, reach out, right? This day, right? So step one is if you want to take action now, you're sick and tired, you want at least one of these areas, your biggest fitness challenge, addressed. All right, what I can do is I can help you identify what you do. So if it's nutrition, and everybody needs a further understanding of it, right? A generic video, it starts at maybe from the beginning or uh, at an advanced level or somewhere between. That may not match up with where you are, right? And we all have different goals, right? Ready to take action now. You are sick and tired. Maybe you've been watching my live videos for a while. Maybe you're brand new to it, but it's your journey, right? Reach out. First step is to text me on the number on the screen, 925-352-4366. Take a screenshot of that right now. All right, 925-352-4366. Just introduce yourself. Tell me you're from TikTok. Tell me you're from Facebook. Tell me you're from YouTube. Text me a picture, all right? Whatever you feel comfortable is fine. If you want to take off your short shirt or not, all right? A picture tells me 1,000 words. I can tell a lot of things doing this for so long, helping out so many men. I can tell how long you've been training, how consistent you've been, how heavily you've been training, how you've been watching your diet. All right, I can tell a lot of things. So text me that picture. It gets me really prepared. So the time I spend with you on the phone, man, we just slice and dice and cut through all the confusion. I set you in the right direction. All right, then go to talkwithskip.com. This is really important. This is not only important for you to attack this, to immerse yourself into this process at the beginning. Get very clear on what you need to do. Right? Fill out that form. When you're done with it, even if you never send it to me, it's going to get you clear. You're going to be 5 steps closer to having that body you want just by filling out that questionnaire, because I make you reflect back on the journey so far, what you've done, what you haven't done, really identify the challenge. So you're going to submit that to me. So now I've got a picture that you texted me. You fill out the form at talkwithskip.com. I've got everything I need. So when I spend 10, 15 minutes, whatever it takes on the phone with you, I can just help you identify your biggest challenge. We'll talk about that. Know what you're doing right now. Maybe I'll just validate, man, you're doing everything right. Just maybe need just to keep on doing that. Maybe you're not putting enough emphasis on it, and just make some slight adjustments. Maybe I have huge adjustments. Maybe I send you to skiplecore.com and want you to watch a couple of videos too. And then I'll give you step by step what are the next steps to change this, to improve upon that area, and then give you a realistic time frame of what it's going to take you from what I've observed of your body, of your understanding, where you're in the process, when you can expect results, and how that's going to happen in what time frame. I can do that in 15 minutes. So if you're sick and tired, you're ready to take action, and text me at the number on the screen and fill out that questionnaire at talkwithskip.com, and I'll help you take action. All right. So do that. Take action now. All right. Let's see here. Rock, have to get to the grind, brother. Have a great day. I will contact you later. Awesome. Look forward to that. So Steve's talking, I work out 5 times a day. I'm in a calorie deficit, but I always feel hungry. You know how many calories you eat, Stephen, really important part. You could be doing a lot of things right, choosing right foods, having that discipline, having that desire, being consistent with it. But if it's a bad plan, you say too few calories, right? You're only gonna, that work is only gonna work. It's only take you so far, right? You can't just eat the right foods at the right time. Right? You gotta eat the right amount of food too. Robert says, I mostly drink water with my meals. What else is good to drink with my meals? Water is good. Let's see here. Trying to find more filling or satiating foods. vegetables. And I don't know how you feel about vegetables, but you can eat pounds and pounds of vegetables. That was my secret to being a bodybuilder, keeping my metabolism going, keeping me fed, making me feel, that I'm not starving all the time. You really won't even need to count those calories, believe it or not. You know, uh, that's how when you get everything going, working. But vegetables are the secret weapon. You need as many as you want. Out of Northwest Florida, recently began trying to control my diet, keeping calories at 1,800. Okay. Personally, I don't have anybody eat less than 2,000 calories. Right. So, but if you're consistent with that, that's not way off, right? Rob says belly fat is still there. Need to lose about 2 pounds. I assume M&M's fat is not going away. A lot of times it may be more than 2 pounds. That's just a guess of what you want to see in the mirror. It's important, that you understand that anytime you want to make a transformation, guessing how much weight that should be on the scale, it doesn't really work that way. So if you're on a journey, you know what you want as far as the goal, and you're not getting there because this weight that you assumed it would be not the best way to go about it. Will lifting alone burn fat? No. I mean, no, but really, if you want to transform, it's going to be in your diet. So, yeah. What are your feelings on a 2-mile run before lifting on 45? The deeper you get into this, more information, the more specialized information, the more optimally minded, more dedicated mindset, whether it's, that's where you're at or that's where your fitness influencers, they break down and theories and opinions, like what's best to do any type of warm up or cardio before or after the workout. And believe it or not, there are, you want to get deeper down the rabbit hole, there are protocols that say that you should separate your cardio 12 hours from your weight training. Don't even have it even close to your weight training sessions. Right? Come back to the gym, right? So, right, and it's all to preserve muscle mass, to maximize your ability to build muscle, right? So that's a young man's way of thinking, right? Slicing that up. Look, if you're older, you've got a busy, productive life. Coming back to the gym to do cardio 12 hours later, that's ridiculous, right? That's true. And it's the bang for the buck, how much that's going to make a difference is minuscule. So that shouldn't even be the question. If you got all the time in the world to work out, then you can use that supposedly optimal strategy, right? I like to do cardio before I work out. Right, a lot of times, right? It just gets me, my mind in the right spot. All right, just get the body moving, and the way I train is a little heavier and than most. I mean, I got to be focused. I like my body to be warmed up. Also, I know what cardio is for and what it's not for. It's mainly going to be your diet. That's another younger man's way of looking at it. Like, oh, avoid cardio. Make sure it's not supposed to work out. We got to do cardio for heart health when we're older. So, a lot of things, what's the difference between workouts for older men? Well, the whole approach to cardio, avoiding cardio because you won't gain 3 ounces more of muscle over the next year when we can use cardio for what we need it for, heart health. See, again, that's a distinction. If you're just watching the Ironman, their emphasis, how they prioritize what's cardio for. So you're not doing it with fat loss. Again, primarily that's going to be with your diet, but you're going to do it for heart health when you're old. We need to do that. See, when it comes to carbohydrates and blood sugar levels, as you get older, believe it or not, if you're in great shape, all your entire body, all the organs, they're not going to work as efficiently as it was when they're younger. I mean, that's something we just have to accept. But when you can accept that, we've got to help it with exercise. It's not so much build muscle, lose body fat thing. That's the mindset that we need when we lift weights, when we're trying to build muscle, when we choose the foods and how much to lose body fat to maintain lower body fat levels and to stay healthy and fit. It's a different mindset when you're older. Andrew, over on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Rodney asked my view on cardio and weight loss. All right, so I've said it several times throughout the show. I don't know if I answered your question, but again, we should do cardio for heart health. Cardio should be a part of your health and fitness longevity plan. All right, cardio, again, if you're consistent with it, it can do a small part, probably a smaller part in the fat loss process than most people think. But you're really going to do it with your diet. You do cardio for other reasons. Not that it won't help out, but it's not going to help out as significantly as your diet by far. I'm 60 years old, currently doing push-pull legs 4 times a week. Your thoughts on maybe full body workouts, every workout. It's all about overloading the muscle. It's all about being consistent. It's about being a plan. I can tell you what, you put the type of effort, whether it's push, pull, legs, or full body workouts, they're both going to work for you to be healthy. But I don't know what your overall goals are. I believe it or not, there may be a 60-year-old who wants to be huge like a bodybuilder. I've seen the guys in their 50s. I mean, they're thinking like a 25-year-old. They want to be a big, huge bodybuilder. If you want to be a big, huge bodybuilder, I would do more of a push-pull legs than a full body workout. If you want to be healthy and fit, both of them will work. Why do these guys never tell you they're on gear? This is addicted from earlier. I think a lot of guys do tell you that they're on gear, right? You just put everybody in one category, and so some will say, "Hey, I don't take gear. I'm not on TRT. I'm one of those," right? And just come down. You don't believe them. I think a lot of people, say that they're on gear. All right, guys. Ricardo, good day. I walk every day at least 10,000 steps. Awesome, sir. To work. Great job on that. Let's see here. Robert asked, is there a target for amount of steps at the beginning of the day? So how many is important? You hear that 10,000 steps. Well, it's just, this way to, there's a saying for a lot of areas in life, everything that you don't track, you got to track, monitor, assess everything that you do, even your exercise. There's apps, and so the thing is to just measure that amount of time, working out that amount of time. So I don't think there's any magic to steps. It's just a way to track and monitor and be consistent, measure it, right? But there's no magic in the number of steps. It's really the time you spend and the consistency that you have working out. All play its part. And I think that one thing during this show is I'm trying to put all the pieces when it comes to workouts, right? And then we could break that down, take it to higher and higher levels. Is it for muscle building, maybe a push-pull legs, or is it just overall a full body workout? I take that to higher and higher levels. And then the nutrition. But how much weight do you put on each one of these factors? That's important when you do all this. Hey, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the follows. All right, again, if you're sick and tired, you want to reach out, okay? Text me at the number on the screen, 925-352-4366. And then go to talkwithskip.com, fill out that questionnaire. Send me a picture when you text me. I've got everything I need. I'll reach out to you. Talk for 10 or 15 minutes. I always wanted to do that show. I look forward to it. Like I said, I'm just a human being just like everybody else and doing this 7 days a week. And sometimes I can't wait to get on here. There's a lot of times. But I'll tell you, when somebody reaches out, I can tell they're in that second time. I get the opportunity to help just one a day. Really makes my day, makes all this worth it. So, if you are sick and tired, reach out. One other thing, you like to do the work yourself. I've got a program for you. When you go to Solutions with Skip, best investment that you can make in yourself. Go to solutionswithskip.com. Solutionswithskip.com. That's solutionswithskip.com. Check out that package for a workout plan, all the understanding your theories about overloading and really consistent flow. 11 hours of information when it comes to training, nutrition, lifestyle systems, mindset. How to just make sense of all this information. I'll help you climb into the mind of the fitness influence. So when you spend enough time, when you study this package, when you go over the material, you'll start to understand that the information that you're hearing on the internet, it's not 95% all different. You'll start to understand the organizing principles where 95% of the information is the same. It is consistent, believe it or not. But you have to know what to look for, how to differentiate it. How would that be if you can be scrolling through the internet and you saw all the information, 95% the same, and you just validate what you're doing so you can do more work with a longer period of time with more certainty, right? You just have to understand what's the common organizing principles that all the fitness influencers are saying, and then what's the fluff? Because a lot of times, they're out of material, and so I want you to hold it this way instead of this way when you do this exercise, and make sure, I'm not saying there's no validity in that, but that is such a minute detail. And if they say something that is different and interesting, a lot of you guys, that's it. They'll get a lot of likes, and they're original. Some people say, that's BS. Or some people say, wow, that's the greatest thing in the world. The more of those things that they can invent or show you or whatever, the more eyeballs they'll get, the more likes. And so a lot of this becomes a conditioned tap dance to give you an opinion or a theory or something that's so unique and different it makes them stick out. If you understand that, you won't let this information confuse you so much. Man, you got your day, you got your business, you got your goals, you don't want to be doing this with your head spinning around with uncertainty. So second, Jen Wrenchhead. First time I caught one of these TikTok, but I appreciate it. I'll check out your site. Yeah, check out my site at skiplacore.com. Thank you for the follow to second generation Wrenchhead. Right, here's the other thing too, is if you missed this live or you just came in the middle of it, all the replay versions are over on my YouTube channel, and that's at skiplacore.com. All right, so but check out that package over at solutionswithskip.com. It comes with all the information, but the biggest bonus, you get 1 hour one-on-one time with me on a recorded call. Man, we can take care of so many things in that hour. And again, that's at solutionswithskip.com. All right, thank you so much for being here. Again, if you're watching on the replay version, that's great too. Let me know if you're following me on the replay version, you're watching that. Always post your comments and your questions. All right, I will address your questions even if you're watching the replay version. I will could be the topic, certainly one of the many topics I talk about on the next workouts for older men. All right, so Robert says, the other day I heard you say 15 minutes is better than nothing. 30 minutes is better than nothing. Inspiring. Okay, something is always better than nothing. Right? Mentally, emotionally, put you in the right direction. We're playing the long game, right? We have to have the habits and the thinking patterns for longevity, the habits and the thinking patterns of sustainability. So let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Have a great workout. And reach out when you're sick and tired. All right, I'll be here for you. Have a great day.